Karma comes and affects us on all levels. So when we're having difficulties, we think, oh, I'll just go and meditate, but then our minds are in such turmoil. But Master said, every test in our life, every one, whatever expression it may take, is a test of our willpower. So if during those periods of difficulty, and sometimes it goes in the reverse. Sometimes we're trying to meditate and we're going through a very dry spell, and then everything in our life begins to fall apart as well. So the energy is both ways. But if in the period of difficulty, if we say, I will make a deeper effort and just keep persevering, then we break through. And then the karma begins to dissipate as well. And so it's our energy, and we have to keep moving upward in our sadhana, in our efforts to find harmony and balance in the world around us. And if we can do that, then we begin to say step by step until finally we realize I've been able to deal with things with even-mindedness and peace of mind and heart, things that used to terribly upset me, until finally we get to the point, as Master said, the yogi should stand unshaken amidst the crash of breaking worlds. So it's a good, we should welcome our test, really, because it makes us go deeper into what is real. Some years ago, I was having a difficult situation, with interpersonal family situation, and I was worrying about it all the time. It was affecting my meditation. And then I was realizing I was losing my joy and my peace of mind. And then there came that point where I was pushed down so low that I said, enough. That's enough. I'm not going to let this affect me anymore. The whole situation can be, I'll imagine it's as worst as it could possibly be, but my peace of mind and my love for God are the only thing that I can hold on to. And I just pushed it out of my mind. Sometimes we have to get desperate before we can really have that breakthrough. And then when I pushed it away and said, no, I'm not going to let myself be eaten up with worries and fears, and I broke through that, the whole situation changed, and it fell very nicely into place. So it was a test.
Ultimately, whether the mind is distracted or not depends on whether we can withdraw our energy, which is the whole science of Kriya Yoga. And so when we're going through a difficult period of time, with some situation that means a lot to us has become difficult. Really, all that's happening at that time on a certain level is that we're attached enough to the outcome of that situation that we're not ready or willing to withdraw our energy. And so naturally the mind is going to follow along. It will be unable to concentrate and meditate. So at that time especially, we should try to practice Kriya to the best of our ability, and that will begin gradually to retrain the mind. But all of us suffer, whether during difficult times or not. The mind is such that it's restless, whether we're going through a traumatic event or not. And I don't know if any of you have had the difficulty of keeping your mind steady during meditation, but I certainly have. And if we're not going through a difficult time, the mind is just as likely to create some reason not to concentrate. Oh, I wonder what is going to happen to the election. That doesn't affect us very much on a personal level, but the mind is restless. And so we just have to keep using the science of meditation, the science of Kriya Yoga, to keep bringing the mind back which really, as I say, depends on how much we're able to withdraw the prana into the deep spine. That's why Kriya Yoga is the jet airplane path, because it works directly on the prana, which is the cause of mental restlessness and the cause of creation of more karma. And so we just do the best we can, but the mind, until it learns to concentrate, will be distracted. That was the story of the hearing, you know. His mind was like marble. It was not able to be distracted by anything happening. But the disciples was like soft clay. And we're the disciples. Our mind is impressionable, and so we have to struggle against that. But all struggle on a spiritual level leads us more and more. It's really, it's almost like a different kind of a play is going on. Our struggle is not so much that our effort is going to achieve it, but the struggle indicates the depth of desire to achieve a certain goal, and then the divine flows through us and achieves that goal. So it's the divine that accomplishes, but we have to lead with the desire to have that particular goal accomplished. So during the time of traumatic events, if you still want to have connection with the divine, that will ultimately lead you to that. But if it's so diverting to your mind that you don't, then God will say, well, work it out that way.
I don't think we have time for one more question because we want to do an RT lesson, but I just also wanted to say, speaking about life's difficulties, we have a friend who has worked with plants for horticulturists all their life, and they said, he was speaking of the man Luther Burbank, who Master dedicated the autobiography to, and Luther Burbank discovered he was able to bring forth hundreds of new varieties of plants and flowers and fruits, and he discovered that when he wanted a plant to bring forth a new kind of better fruit or a better flower, the way to do that was to stress the plant, to maybe take a knife and make some little cuts on the stem, and then to grow stronger, the plant had to put out more prana, more energy, and then a new fruit or flower would come. And so it is with our lives. God stresses us so that we can grow stronger, that a higher expression of ourself can come. And I share this with you in closing for those of you who are practicing meditation, practicing Kriya Yoga. If you feel, oh, I'm not making progress, I feel bogged down, just remember, when you do your Kriya, call on the masters, call on Babaji, all of them on Gurudev, call on them to guide you, help you do your practice. And if you can prove to yourself and to God, whether you come or not, I am still here. Whether I make spiritual progress or not, I will keep trying. Keep trying, keep calling on the guidance of our great gurus, and it will come in its own time, in its own way. Don't doubt that. So just keep every day, whether you feel like I'm making progress or not, touch inwardly in your heart with all that you can. Touch the feet of the Guru, and you will find the reward you're looking for.
When will we be able to see answer?
Oh.